Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Jafet Johnson. Welcome once more to Blockchain for All. Very happy to have everyone online today. Today is going to be an interesting day because we have someone special in our midst to share a lot of information that has to do with investments, VC funding, and a lot. So today, I want to appreciate a lot of our viewers for all their comments, for all the contributions that have been making online. A lot of you have been sharing, which has really helped the viewership of this program to actually increase day by day. So from our sponsors, they're all appreciating our viewers. And as you have said, we are going to be doing a giveaway from the sponsors for active viewers on the show. So you do as much as you can to ensure you share the links, ensure you follow, make comments, contribute. We have been picking out names of our active viewers for over a week now, and we'll be contacting active viewers that have registered on Bcode. I think that was the deal. Everyone that is actually ready to get the giveaway should try and register on bcontact.com, and we'll be doing the giveaway there from our key sponsor, which is bcontact.com. So you try and share the links, ensure you make comments as our speakers are talking. Try to make comments, try to ask questions. So with that, we'll be able to know that, okay, you are following up with what we are doing. So Blockchain for All, as we all know, it's a program sponsored, fully sponsored by bConta, VHIPA, Fast Track Wealth Academy, and 100 Prints. We have tried to see how to bring up speakers that will come and give us a good understanding on what blockchain is, the importance of blockchain, and how it can help our lives. We have had speakers from Mr. Seth talking about the impact of blockchain on social media. We had Mr. Samuel Nengolon yesterday. Talked about blockchain, smart contract. We had Mr. Lawrence Enebeli. He spoke about investment. He talked about how to spot good investment, how to be able to hedge against inflation, and a lot. We had Mr. Odi comes talk about opportunities blockchain has created, and it was a whole lot of experience for everyone that was able to join these meetings. Our videos are still online. Go back to our social media handles, bConta HQ on all the social media handles, and watch the videos. You can also follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn to watch previous sessions. I assure you, if you follow those videos, you are really going to get a lot of understanding of what blockchain is all about. So today we have a wonderful speaker in our midst, Mr. Helni Dari is in our midst today, and Mr. Helni Dari is a venture capitalist. He has helped build a lot of business here in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. We are excited to have him because I have been privileged to also work with him on projects, and I see the passion he has. We see how youths in Nigeria are able to understand the dynamics of business, how to understand the dynamics of getting funding, and he'll be talking a lot about how we'll be able to access funding for VC, because one of the challenges a lot of business are facing, it's not because we don't have the ideas or we don't have the concept around what we want to do, but it boils down at the end of the day is how do we get partners, how do we get funding from partners to be able to actualize our vision. So he'll be pointing out key things that a lot of us need to be doing. A lot of us have business concept, but we need to identify those things that we need to do to be able to attract VCs or angel investors. And with that, we'll be able to scale our business up. So I believe this program today is really going to help everyone, because I believe everyone, be you a civil servant, I believe you have one or two business, there is just one thing you are going to pick from today, because this is going to really help us scale up our businesses. It will help us be able to access funding The mindset will also help us understand who are those we attract when we start a business. Should we be going to take loan from the bank? So he'll be talking a lot around what we need to understand about funding. So within a short period of time, I'll be bringing up our guest speaker online to do a quick introduction before we proceed with um, the the session for today. But quickly before that, kindly ensure you share this video to your friends, people on Facebook, on WhatsApp. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be powerful today. So that's why I want everyone to partake in this. Please ensure you share this video, share to friends as much and as far as you can share it. So thank you very much. So welcome, Mr. Helni Dari. We're really excited
so
to have you
much.
on our platform today. Uh,
Wow.
I hope I have done a little part of the introduction. I believe it's better you do the rest so that we understand the person behind um, the or the person behind all what you'll be saying today. I think it will build a lot of confidence for our viewers today. So welcome, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Japhet. Japhet, you're an amazing personality, and I'm so happy at who you are becoming over the years. All right. I'm so excited to be with you guys live. My name is Helmi Dari. All right. Um, just like they call me a venture capitalist because of some of the things we're able to do around Nigeria here and in some other parts of the world. Um, just a brief introduction of myself. I'm a businessman. I have passion for the youth to do well. All right. I think Jafet, that is all for now.
Okay. So thank you very much. I think I'll be talking. I was mute. Sorry. So thank you very much for the brief explanation. As I've said, people with money don't do too much introduction. So I think their activities introduces them to the public. So for a lot of us that want to know more about Mr. Heli, you can follow him up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Helnidari, and you'll be able to actually follow a lot of what he's doing. Since you can see the introduction was brief. So thank you very much. Sir. To start with, your topic today is on how startups can access funds from venture capitalists like you. And we have a lot of people with money in this country. Yes, I think I've sat down time without number with you, and you tell me that a lot of people have money, Japheth, but they don't even know what to do with it. They don't know where to invest. And if you notice, it's because of the challenges you are facing. A lot of businesses, one of the index to check business that will thrive is to check how they were able to survive for the next 5 years. If they're even able to survive for the first 4 to 5 years, that means there's a good potential that that business can survive. But a lot of the businesses that are started here in Nigeria, because we are looking at business, not talking about petty business or just little SMEs that will stay for over 4 years and still call themselves startups. So we need to understand the dynamics of business in Nigeria. So you just help us explain what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages businesses before we even go into the aspect of how do we access funds. So a brief understanding of business here in Nigeria. We need to have a good understanding of how is business here in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much, Jafet. Well, I'll just lay a foundation upon which you will be able to build and see what comes out for you. All right. The Nigerian youth population is filled with a lot of dreamers, a lot of lazy dreamers. They have fantastic ideas. All right. I used to say this everywhere I go that every business survives on two things. One is capital, and two is people. All right. We have so many youth population. Vast majority of the Nigerian people are youth. They are dreamers, but they are very lazy when it comes to taking action on their dreams. All right. See, your business cannot work if you don't put in the work. There are different levels uh, of development before or investment before you start a business. One of the first things you need to do is to invest heavily in your mind. All right, because you have to build that mental toughness that will keep you going, whether business is good or bad. Because you see, trust me, the road is not always going to be easy. So most youths in Nigeria want to start a business today and blow tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. The first thing you need to do is to invest in your mind. All right. To get your business right, you need to empty your pocket into your mind. If you build mental toughness, all right. In fact, let me define true education to us because we missed it in this part of the world. True education is developing the faculties of your mind to be able to produce your desires without violating the right of others. I want you to write this down. So if you start up a business and your business is struggling, that means you're not properly educated. All right. So you have to invest in your mind first. All right. After investing in your mind, the next thing you need to do is to invest in building credible relationship. Because trust me, your business is going to survive. See, the lifeblood of your business is people. You have to deliberately build credible relationship. Invest in people, invest in people. Forget about business first. After you invest in yourself, build your mind, develop your mind through education, anytime you're talking to someone, value comes out of your mouth. So they tend to retain you because they see you as an asset. Once you build your mind, you build relationship, then you can start a business. And trust me, your business cannot struggle. Right? A lot of the time you see people with fantastic ideas, they will get it started, all right, but they don't have any credible relationship. They don't have people that will patronize their businesses because they've not built relationship with people. There are different levels of relationship. I think this whole session will just help us lay a foundation. Then maybe if I have an opportunity to come to your faces again anytime soon, we'll be able to break this down into practical steps of what you need to do to be able to be successful with your businesses. All right. So first of all, businesses struggle in Nigeria because of lack of education, lack of true education. Right. You see a lot of people with fantastic ideas, but they are lazy. They hardly read books that will help them in that area of expertise. Right. They hardly take the right actions that will give them the kind of success they want. They hardly build relationship. You can have the most fantastic idea in the world, but if you don't have the right relationship, your business cannot go in. Your idea cannot go in. It will start and end with you. I remember one of my mentors saying that the graveyard is the richest place on earth because it has ideas that have never been brought to light. All right. So to summarize this part of the talk, what you need to do, all right, to have a successful business running first is to invest in your mind. All right, empty your pocket in your mind. Develop the faculties of your mind so that your mind will be able to create what you desire without violating the right of others. That is true education. Secondly, invest in credible relationship. And trust me, if you follow this step, invest in your mind, invest in relationship. If you start a business, you're going to be very, very successful. Sorry, the Nigerian factor as usual. All right. So I think, Japhet, I've done justice to your first question on um,
Yes.
on what
So
makes
thank you very much, Mr. Hedney, for that wonderful explanation. I think uh, it really bring up to a good understanding to understand it's not all about jumping into business, but having a good mindset, which is really, I think, is key for us to start with that. Because true, I agree with you 100%. Or when the mind is built, then there's no impossibility for it. And a lot of us in this part of the country need to understand business is not just to go in and just make money and go, but it's who you become in the process of building that business that matters a lot. And thank you for starting with that, because when we're able to build a good mindset, then we'll be able to have a good relationship with people that actually can help us grow in such businesses. So if you don't have a good mindset, even the good people are going to avoid you. And it's very good to start with that before you even look at the other things around businesses. Okay, so I'm looking at people that already have this understanding and have started one or two stuff. We have been seeing a lot of funding coming into businesses, but recently we see more of funding coming towards fintech. And yes, a lot of people want to jump, okay, to build a fintech application as a venture capitalist. So I would just want you to explain, what do you look out for in a business before actually investing? Because it's very important. I know, one, you want to look at, okay, how is that person, how is the people behind them, just because you appointed one, which is the mind, and like mind will attract each other. But I want you to just give us a good understanding of what do VCs look at in business before investing.
All right. Um, Venture capitalists look at two things. All right. See, let me tell you the truth. Venture capitalists, to them it's all about the numbers. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, all right? Because you see, if you look through history and through businesses that have thrived and are multi-billion dollar businesses today, they all start with one man, and the person is able to follow through to his idea to make sure it gets to a level of accomplishment. All right. You see, a lot of people have lost money to startups. A lot of venture capitalists have lost heavy amount of money to start up businesses. All right. First of all, what they look at, all right, they look at you as a person. What do you really want? Do you want to take over the world, or you really want to cash out? Because see, venture capitalists are smart people. They've seen it all. They've lost serious money in different businesses. So immediately they see you and they see your businesses, they are looking at two things. If they see you as someone that have the capacity to take over the world, they will empty their bank account for you. I'm telling you this. Because they know on your journey to success, they are going to make so much money. Just like I told you. For the venture capitalists, it's all about the numbers. All right. But if they see you as someone that just want to start up something and sell it at a particular level, all right, that is another thing they look for. They look for startup that they can inject their money in, build it to a certain level, then sell it off and actually take out profits. All right. So venture capitalists also looked for that. Another interesting thing most venture capitalists looked at is they look at your mind. They look at the content and the character of your mind. All right. What are you able to bring out? What gifts, what talents are you able to bring out that is going to be transformational in the future? All right. So these are some key things they look at. All right. Don't forget, they look at you as a person, what you want. Right? If you have an idea that you want to take over the world, they will want to be with you, because in the process, you'll be able to make so much money from your own ideas. All right. If time permits, before the end of this session, I'll still share with you things to look out for before you meet a venture capitalist and how to prepare yourself. Because you see, once you meet a venture capitalist, all right, it's for deal closing. And you wouldn't see, it will break your heart to get to that point where the deal need to be closed and you're unprepared. All right. So just like he asks, venture capitalists look at the character and the content of your mind. What do you want? Do you want to take over the world with your idea, or you just want to grow something and sell? Either way, it's profitable for them. All right. So that is it, Javed.
So thank you very much for that. I think my colleagues in the office will always talk about that numbers never lie. So we try as much as we can to ensure that whatever we do, we have numbers, just like the way we're having numbers of a lot of viewers. I think you also invest in, in the platform, because we're really doing fine, having a lot of viewers watching. So numbers, as you said, is very important to a venture capitalist, because that's one metric they use to check how um, the level of value you are giving out, and how you are able to aggregate data and actually present it properly. So it's really interesting. So, okay, sir, we're trying to link up all of this to what's currently happening, the current trend, which is blockchain. And a lot of venture capitalists are looking into blockchain, and how blockchain is actually making businesses more efficient. So I want you to, because coming from the aspect of, yes, you have to look at the business, you have to look at the business mind, you also have to look at the process, you have to look at the technology that's being used. So looking, I would just want you to explain, how do you see blockchain um, giving startup an edge? Because I might be operating a particular company, but my software is running using blockchain modules and what have you, and the other competitor might not be using it. So, do blockchain actually give some of these businesses let's say, an edge? And do you look at it? So, just help us explain that, and at the same time, how do you see blockchain having a positive or a negative impact to businesses?
All right. The world have changed, all right, very fast. In fact, the world is changing faster than the rate humans are thinking it's changing. All right. In this part of the world, it's so unfortunate that we're not actually catching up with the speed and the rate at which the world is changing. All right. The blockchain is set to disrupt about 19 industries. For the past 20 years, the blockchain has been disrupting only the financial institution with all the noise you see around. All right. So, um, um, just like I told Japhet, the time we have here is too short for us to go into details. But I will try as much as I can to be able to bring up some ideas that will help you. All right. So for startups, one of the fastest way you can grow your business is to position on the blockchain. I read from a book written by Bill Gates, The Road Ahead. He said, if you know the direction the world is taking, make sure you quickly go there. So by the time the world realized, all right, you're already there. You will have already made so much money. All right, that have helped me to somehow position myself somewhere on the blockchain. Guys, let me tell you this. One of the fastest way you can raise money for anything on the blockchain is using crowdfunding. All right. See, the blockchain is very transparent. Every transaction is recorded on the blockchain. All right. Everything you do on the blockchain is very transparent. So you see, there are so many systems on the blockchain that enables you through smart contract. Smart contracts are simply contracts that are very smart. All right. Just like an agreement between one or two people. For instance, if I agree to give you $1 million tomorrow morning, and now we sign the contract this night, and even if I change my mind tomorrow, my bank will even indebt me to make sure $1 million is transferred to you. All right. So see, smart contract and crowdfunding is one of the fastest way on the blockchain. All right. I repeat, on the blockchain. Don't do any crowdfunding system. Don't create any crowdfunding on one software or on a website. It's not safe. All right. If you're looking for funds for your business, look for a good crowdfunding system on the blockchain, plug in and work it out. I guarantee you there are crowdfunding platforms, all right, on the blockchain that can give you millions of dollars, even this year, if you actually need that to start up your business. If $1 million is your problem, all right, there are different smart contract crowdfunding platforms that can be able to give you that. So the only thing you need to do is to get to know this platform, educate yourself properly on how it works. All right. So one of the fastest way you can raise capital for your startup is using smart contract crowdfunding on the blockchain. All right. So see, the blockchain is changing the way we see everything in the world. All right. Just like we wake up one day and we discover something called the internet, our children will grow up and discover what the blockchain is, because by then it has disrupted almost everything. All right. So the blockchain is an advantage to mankind. It's an added advantage to humanity. How about you, Jafet?
All right. So thank you very much for that wonderful answer. I think it's quite straightforward to understand that a lot of VCs like you and others are looking keenly into how businesses are integrating with blockchain, which is like giving us a hint for people that are already having business. How can I be able to plug in my business to the blockchain? Because it gives you an edge. That's, I think, in a nutshell what you're trying to say. It gives you an edge because you'll be able to run your business efficiently. And just like you have said, also crowdfunding, the financial aspect of businesses, the blockchain has provided, I think, two facts that it can actually help in the financial sector. So it's left for business to be able to run and take advantage of those other aspects that have not actually been tapped into yet, to be able to come up first. Like people that are in real estate, which I believe you are also part of that, how it's going to actually disrupt. So many people can come and design new systems that has to do that capture data on real estate. Some will go for identity management. Mr. Samuel talked about that. Looking about around land management, medical record, and a lot. So we have just been seeing this money being pumped into fintech. But what we are trying to say is that there are other fields that we need to build ourselves and ensure to tap into that quickly. If I even agriculture, so it's just like turn by turn. So when the fintech turns down now, it might also lead to another people. So it's best for us to go back to the drawing board, take advantage of what has not been tapped into yet, and build. So thank you very much for that wonderful one, Mr. Helmi. So to proceed again, um, a lot of people actually call me most times to say, okay, I've been trying to build my business. I've been trying to see how to raise capital, and really, it has just been obviously, okay, how do you do bootstrapping? They don't really understand that. Do I need to go and take loan? No, do I collect money from my parents? No, do I get that from my friends or family or whatsoever? So you are from a field that understand how debt management goes, how people can actually, some businesses take loans, and that loan will be the reason why the business will not go again. Some loans can just be a trap. So I just want you to please explain, because it's very key. Until a business is able to provide that data for a VC will not even see the business as viable enough to even invest. And before you even need to get those data or those records or those numbers, money has to go. Money has to go. So how do we? What is the best channel to actually get funds? Do we go through the bank, or what is the other way? What other method of funding can we get before we attract VC, or can we actually get VC at the initial stage of starting a business, so that we'll be able to understand?
All right. All right. You see, on a daily basis, I receive hundreds of messages from people. They always have an idea. They always have something they need money for. All right. See, let me tell you the truth, guys. All right. If if you want to start a business and you meet me and say capital is your problem, then I'm not doing business with you, because you do not understand the fundamental of what rules, what grows, what start and grows business. See, capital is the easiest thing to access. All right. See, if you're properly educated, just like I told you earlier on, true education is developing the faculties of your mind to be able to create what you want without violating the right of others. So you see, the proof that you're educated is your results. You can't meet me so wretched and ask me for funding for a business and expect to get that from me. It's not possible. All right. In fact, I'll end up buying a book for you to go and read. That is why you see mentorship is very key. A lot of people are not succeeding in Nigeria because they are not teachable, they are not coachable, they cannot sit under someone and learn. They feel you see the worst thing you can do is to keep meeting people that I have this idea. If you invest in it, I can make money. Okay, you that have the what have you done with that idea? Have you tweaked that idea to be able to create something for yourself? Right? I keep saying this everywhere I go. True education is developing the faculties of your mind to be able to create what you want without violating the right of others. It's as simple as that. If you meet me and say capital is your problem, I'm not doing business with you. But if you meet me and say, see, this is the idea I have, this is what I have done, all right, this is where I have an issue. How do we take it up from here? All right, already you've started something yourself. And what you've started have been able to generate some form of money for you. We can blow it up, we can make it big. All right. So most challenges that people have is, they think they can just walk up to people and collect money. You see, venture capitalists will not do business with you if they don't see you, that you have the capacity to create profit for them. But I don't do. And secondly, on the issues of the bank, see, one of the fastest way to kill your business is to go for a loan from a bank. All right. We live in a country whereby the value of our currency keep being devalued on a consistent basis. All right. There's nothing backing the currency at the moment. All right. So if you want to go to for instance, if you go to the bank and take loan of 10 million naira or 100 million naira tomorrow, let's assume you have good credit record and you're able to get 100 million naira to start up your business. All right. See, if you're going to pay that 100 million naira in 1 year, as at the time you will finish paying the money, all right, the value of the naira has gone down, and your capacity to raise that money, it will be very difficult for you because of the kind of economy we have right now at the moment. All right. So see, the fastest way to kill your business is to go for loans from the bank. It will strangle you. All right. See, each time I see people looking for a loan or for capital for their business, it's just a proof that they don't have sufficient knowledge. Right? See, the beginning of your business, you can do crowdfunding, raise seed fund, and start something. All right. When your bank see the transaction in your account, all right, they will reach out to you to give you money. So when they reach out to you, you will balance and negotiate the percentage. If normally they give, let's say, 25-30%, and they reach out to you, you can bargain. And because they see you in constant activity, in constant cash flow, they'll actually succumb to you. But you see, if you don't have that background, that basis, that stability in your business going to grow through the banks, they will strangle you and they will take over the business from you. All right. So also with a lot of venture capitalists, you don't just go to any venture capitalist and tell them that I have this fantastic idea. I'm looking for funding. Can you help me with funds too? You see, they will give you the funds and take over your business. All right. So I think I've been able to answer this part of the question very well. Do not go to the bank for loan to start something. All right. Start by developing the faculties of your mind. From your mind, you can create anything. All right. Someone will see your idea and say, "God, that's a very fantastic idea," right? And he will want to invest with you for a little percentage. And some people will even want to support you because they just want to see you grow. All right. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much for that wonderful one. I think it just remind me of what my mentor always say. You are also said it several times that people will meet that if what you know cannot give you the life you desire, then all you have is just an illusion of knowledge. And really, it actually shows the same thing in business. If the business you already have passion for cannot even start something, cannot start giving you some number, that means you are yet to really understand that business. You have not yet understand the information that can drive that business to grow. So it's good to, no matter how small, you should be able to have a level of accountability and track record, just like what our viewers are also saying. There should be a level of track record to show that, okay, I was selling this just three, now I can sell 10. This year I'm selling 200, and all from maybe the little funds you're able to raise, because there should be a sacrifice that actually have gone through it, and with that it will show a level of passion and I think growth process that you have followed, which you attract VCs that will really give you funding. So thank you for that one, sir. It really shows that we need to understand how to build our mindset towards business. It's not all about getting funds, because if you fail to understand how to manage funds, you are just going to get bonds at the end of the day. So thank you for that explanation. So I'm still looking down. We're in an economy where a lot of money is being printed, and a lot of, I think, inflation is rising daily, and it's really hitting business in this part of the world. We're even seeing top business owners monopolizing market for themselves, trying to see how even smaller businesses cannot grow. So how do you think it's really going to help young startup to survive? Because if a lot of these rules and regulations, would I put it that way, or laws are favoring those tycoons at the top, how do the government need to step in? How do you see them create regulations to be able to help business? Because if a business doesn't strive, venture capital are not going to bring in funds. If there is no security in the country, venture capital are not going to come and invest. If there is no any infrastructure work or properly working infrastructures, venture capital are not going to come. So what are those things that the government need to do? Because I believe some of them are also watching from the network you have, sir. A lot of them are also in the government level that will be able to make some big decisions. So the inflation is rising, and investment might be dropping. But what do you think governments in countries like Nigeria and other African countries will be able to do to actually attract more investors into other smaller businesses and even bigger businesses?
All right. I think we may not be in a position to advise government, but from the wealth of our experience and through history, what has happened in other countries in the world, we'll be able to say one or two things. All right. You see, um, every nation of the world strive through community. All right. So if you look at the direction the young community in Nigeria, the young population in Nigeria have taken, if we remain consistent on that path, then the government will definitely pay attention to what we're doing. All right, because they are seeing our results, they are seeing what we're doing. All right. So the fact is this. All right, as long as we don't go into massive production and exportation, no value will be added to the naira. As long as we continue to focus on importation, all right, no value will be added to the naira. So see, most venture capitalists and investors are leaving the country to go and invest where we buy and import and sell it at a higher rate for us here. So why should I put my money here? If I can go out of the country, invest, and then import to the country, why should I and make more money? All right. You see, each time you're trading against a currency that is higher than your currency in your own nation, you're already at loss. All right. So one of the sectors I think government need to come in is to provide support. Support not in terms of cash, but to be able to help the young Nigerians protect their intellectual property. All right. If you look through what is happening in the world, a lot of ideas are being stolen from this country, from the youths. Because you see, the government have not created a system to protect the intellectual properties that the youths have. You see young people going out of the country and doing fantastic, doing very well. Right? So a system should be put in place for mentorship, for growing people, all right, and for protecting the intellectual property of the young Nigerians. Because if you travel around the world, believe me, all right, you see most countries, most advanced countries in the world, they have no resources. They virtually have no resources. Go to Israel, for instance, they have no resources. Go to Dubai, they have no natural resources. But you see, they have their resources is beneath this skull, as one of my mentors would say. Their resources is under their skull. That is the greatest resource that God has given anyone. But you see, we live in a country where they don't even pay attention. You see people with fantastic ideas, all right, but they don't even patent it. They don't protect that intellectual property. See, one of the highest and most expensive property in the world is our intellectual property. And you see, we live in a country whereby they don't pay attention to that. So I think a system should be put in place for mentorship, all right, and protecting intellectual property. Because you see, it's not only through exportation of products that gives value to your own currency. You can export demand, you can export ideas, you can export a lot of things and exchange for great value. All right. So if these intellectual properties are properly harnessed, managed, and protected, more value will be drawn to the country. All right. Just like in some communities in the world, in some countries have more intellectuals than others. We also have more intellectuals in Nigeria, but government don't even pay attention to those guys. All right. So one thing we need to do is to find is for the government need to do for us who've decided to stay on a path that will add value to humanity. All right. We're so passionate about Africa. One of our goals is to see how we can eradicate the currency decay in Africa. All right, we're working very hard to make sure that happens. It may not happen now, but definitely it's going to. We are so resolute about that to make sure we eradicate. If you travel around Africa, your heart will bleed. All right, go to some countries, you see them exchanging their currency for thousands of shillings or cedis or so to the dollar. So we are passionate about eradicating the currency decay in Africa. And the part I would like to congratulate every youth in Nigeria. All right, I'm so proud of what most Nigerian youths are doing. If you look at the fintech, we're among the top first or the second population that are actually taking advantage of that space. All right, through fintech alone, a lot of massive resources have been coming into the country. All right, and that also help in stabilizing the value of the naira. So I think government should look at regulations whereby they create support for youths that are looking at the fintech space. All right, provide the right mentorship. All right, provide laws, rules, and regulation to be able to regulate this part of the fintech, and see how government can also profit from it, just like other government of other countries are making billions and billions of dollars from the fintech space. All right, Nigeria can also create something that will help it position, instead of ignoring and banning and stopping all those things, see how it can position and make profit from that system too. It will add value to the naira. All right, thank you. I think I've done justice to that.
Exactly. That's awesome. So I've just been trying to also take note on those things you're saying because, when the government steps in, they can really make a lot of laws that helps the country. Looking at the infrastructure, looking at, as you have said, intellectual property, how do they support local content? Because a lot of times we import more of almost everything to the country, and in fact, Africa we are having more of imports than export. From knowledge, we import food, we import everything that we know, and it's really affecting us. So if we begin to see how to protect local content and utilize more of our local content, then it will help. Because I think one of the key part of, I think, natural resource or local resource that we're already having is our ever growing youth that are passionate to see how they will change their lives. We have been seeing that from companies that have been coming up in the aspect of fintech. Recently, Flutterwave valuation rose above 3 billion. So it's just massive seeing companies coming up and growing within the shortest period of time, because we have the number, we have the population here. So if you're having a small product and selling to 1 million, imagine the margin, imagine the profit you can be able to make. So government needs to understand that they can partner with these companies, partner with SMEs, and see how they're going to scale up their product, which I believe this video will also reach out to them to be able to understand that a lot of youths are working, even though with the high rate of rituals or scam that is going on, we have a lot of you that have been representing us home and abroad to actually make Nigeria proud. So thank you for that. For our viewers, I know we have spent almost 46 minutes of our time. If you have questions for our speaker that has to do with funding, understanding business, please you can kindly type it on the current platform you're watching, either on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, so that we'll be able to pass it along to our speaker to be able to answer before his time elapsed for today. So if you have any question, kindly ensure you just type it down and our guest speaker will actually attend to it. So moving ahead, sir, businesses are thriving, businesses are struggling, some are thriving, some are struggling, and the baseline or what actually separates them, we get to understand, is the knowledge that powers those businesses. All right, and we there are few platforms that actually help people to learn more about business, and that's why we're trying to bring up events like this to be able to, we know you can't say everything here, but are there platforms that you already have or you know, or how do you think people will be able to learn more? Because it's very important. You see, you have explained this over and over again. If we don't power the mind, then there's nothing that's going to change. But sometimes people are so confused. Okay, where would I go? How do I get mentor? Okay, what are those I need to look at in a mentor? So some can have platforms, some just want to collect your money and motivate you, and you still go and get motivated to do nothing. So how do we have access to get mentors? What should we look out in getting a business mentor to be able to help us grow? I think it will help us understand that aspect also.
All right. So mentorship is the only legal shortcut to success. All right. If you know where you're going, that's the beginning of the journey. If you know someone that is there, all right, your journey is almost halfway. All right. But if you have a mentor, someone that will take you by the hand, you're already there. All right. Write this down and don't forget it. If you know where you're going, you're halfway. If you have a mentor, if you know where you're going, it's easy. If you have a mentor, all right, you're almost halfway. If you have someone that will hold you by the hand to take you there, then you're already there. All right. Mentorship, as I know, is a legal shortcut to success. But you see, the easiest way you can find a mentor is find out what he does. All right. I learned this over and over again from several mentors that you see, humility is not a personality trait. It's recognizing that you don't have something. All right. So if that which you want, everything you want in this life, someone have already accomplished it. Someone somewhere is doing fantastically well at the destination you want to be today. All right. If you need $1 billion, there are so many billionaires out there. Whatsoever you want to build, there are people that have achieved that. So how do you attract them into your life? One of the shortcuts to attracting mentors is find out what your mentor does and be part of his dream. See, in this part of the world, we see a lot of people that are so lazy. They will want to be your mentee and they don't want to be part of what you're doing. See, the most important people in your life are people that are interested in what you're doing. All right. For instance, we're building the biggest fintech corporation in the world, the biggest everywhere. The name is Biconta. So if you're listening to this, go to the comment section. There will be a link there. Register now and download the platform. See, the fastest way. See, Biconta have the best mind when it comes to mentorship in this country. I can say that anywhere. All right. Last year, December, we were in Dubai in a meeting and we mentioned it. Look at the numbers. We can't have the biggest set of the brightest mind you can ever think of. So let's assume you're part of the contact, all right, and you just want to do one or two things to make sure the contact succeed. All the mentors in the contact will be attracted to you. They will be at your disposal. The fastest way to get their attention. And these are people that have built so many things and they're still building. All right. So if you're not part of what I'm doing, adding value to me, you're not qualified to be a mentee. All right. Because my time is already calculated in my activities. All right. So one of the fastest way to get a mentor, all right. And guess what? If you get a mentor and you get interested in what he is doing, you have access to all his secrets. Because you see, success is hidden in your daily schedules, in your daily activities. So if you find a mentor and observe him and you want to be part of his dreams, all right, In the process of helping him achieve his dreams, you will get all the secrets of success that he's been implementing, right? That he has learned from different people for several years. Within a short period of time, you'll be able to break forth. All right. So don't be lazy. If you see someone that has what you want, all right, go to him, not to him directly. Be part of what he is doing, and he's going to notice you. And once he notices you that you're serious, he's going to deploy all the secret of success to you. Because you see, mentors want to duplicate themselves in several people. All right. The challenge is you see a mentor in real estate and you want to go into agriculture. See, the principle of success are universal. Well, if your mentor don't do agriculture, you don't expect to get his attention. He'll be in the farm somewhere and he'll be somewhere doing his business. But see, if you're part of his business, trying to help him sell his properties, trying to help him market his businesses, all right, as little as posting it on your own social media status, you have an event or something, as little as that, if he sees it, he will get attracted to you. All right. So the easiest way to get a mentor and get all the secret that helps him build the results that you desire is to actually find out what he does and be part of his dreams. I guarantee if you are part of the dreams of your mentor, you're going to learn all the secrets of success that he's applied only by observation. But I've learned so much from my mentors that I've never met in life. All right. I just find a way to be part of what they are doing. And they notice the numbers and they begin to call me and they begin to teach me things. I don't even ask. All right. So find out what the person that have the result you desire, find out what they do and be part of it. All right. On the process, they will unconsciously teach you everything. All right. And they will expect you to do the same for others. So that is how to get a mentor. And you see, getting the mentor is not enough, but getting the principles of success is the most important.
Wow, wow, wow. That's really awesome. Thank you very much for that eye opener concerning how to access mentors and platforms that are really available to help. So thank you, because mentorship is something you have been doing for quite some time. I think since when I know you, and before I even know you, I know that what you have been doing, and really you have really done a lot to see how people grow. We are also part of people that have gained from a lot of your teachings, a lot of your advices. Personally, I know how I usually disturb you every day. Okay, sir, how do we do that? How we do this? Okay, we need this, we need that. And definitely with the type of country we find ourselves, I think mentors are very and need to be extremely patient, because the little challenge that you feel someone can be able to handle, you just can't wrap your head. Today, they let you know is this, tomorrow you have to do that, tomorrow you can't do this. And we thank you for your time. Really, the whole of that Big Contact team, myself, we have really enjoyed learning a lot from you. And you have just said one simple, you said the easiest way to get access to a mentor is to be in his business. You see, really, just like you have said, people to go and download Big Contact. Sometimes a mentor can give an instruction, and so many of us are just take it like, okay, it's a joke, he's just playing around with it. But inside every instruction lies the benefit of what you can get from that person. And we have actually learned that early, staying around you to be able to tap a lot from that. And I hope a lot of Nigerian youth will begin to understand that there is a lot into getting a mentor, because as you have said, is the legal shortcut to success. And we need to a lot of foreign companies, you see board of trustee, or in fact I think maybe they're even having board of mentors behind now, people that they teach them, people that they go for coaching, and they come out, and before you know, a company is already a unicorn. There is something that they're doing that we don't know. Because they can't just come and stand. Who is fighting for them when they are not actually there? There's somebody talking with the government for them. There's somebody talking with higher authorities for them. And that's what mentors do for businesses. So when you're starting a business, it's very important, just like you have said, there's someone that has already succeeded in that business. There's someone that has already gotten funding in that business. So what you need to do is to key into the person's concept and try to replicate it. And one of the easiest ways to find mentor that is business is inclined to what you want to do. So it's easier to do, and it's easier for him to even give you advices, and you can grow from there. So most time we feel mentorship is all about, oh, I'm running to you, so give me money, give me money. I think what we need to understand this part of the world is the most, I think the priceless stuff is the knowledge and the information that someone will share with you. Because it took him years to be able to have access to those information. And imagine giving you 10 years advice in less than 10 minutes. So that's why we see more of newer companies becoming unicorns, becoming bigger companies, because they are able to stay on the shoulder of people that have gone through the entire struggle for them. So it's easier to have a new Microsoft built in the next 2 years. It's easy to have an Amazon built in the next 3 years. It's easier to have a Tesla guy now, a new Tesla person coming up and building the same level of wealth in the next 3 years, because they will be able to just stay on the shoulder of these people that have gone through the struggle. And that's what mentorship is all about. So thank you for explaining that. We can't really thank you enough for this one. And I just hope our viewers will be able to pick viable and important lessons from this, because it really help us build ourselves as persons, help us work with teams to build viable products, and at the same time we'll be able to lift our nation up high. So thank you very much, Mr. Eli, for that information. Our viewers, I think they are really understanding everything. Maybe I've been asking questions that they want to ask, so they have not been dropping questions. So you have really talked a lot about funding, how startups were able to get funding from investors, where startups should not go and get funding. I think it's still somehow bad for the bank. So the bank needs to understand that their interest really to, and they need to work on it. They should not just go all about getting their money back with interest, but at least try to see how to help companies. I know a lot are trying to see, okay, how to work with SMEs, but the bank are so strict. And you have talked about how to have access to mentors, the reason why we need mentors, the easiest way to have mentors. You talked about why the government needs to step in to improve consumption of local content, providing enabling environment and intellectual property protection for companies to be able to grow. And it's really a whole lot of information you have shared. I can't really even summarize it, or I think I just have to go back to my notes, but I've also been taking notes. So thank you for a wonderful time, Mr. Helnidari. I just hope before you go off, we'll have one or two questions, because if you are not able to actually drop your questions, the speaker might not be able to come up and answer them, unless if we're able to have him subsequently for another session. So thank you very much, sir. On the final note, I would just want you to, before we leave, because this is 1 hour at the dot for our meeting now, give a shout out, a last word of advice, and before we call it a day. And if any question pops up, then we'll see, just answer it before we go. So a last word of advice that has to do with the entire topic: how to access fund, how to build our mindset, 4 things we need to look at, and I think a take-home gift for us, if there's anyone.
All right. Well, the take-home gifts is the link. I think you already have the link on your WhatsApp. It's my gift to everyone here. All right. Everyone
So
have an
maybe you will help us
opportunity.
share it on the face on the live session also for our viewers, because they will have access to it.
All right. So everybody here that will ever come across this opportunity has an opportunity to be part of the future. All right. Um, I think, Mr. Japheth, I'll have to share this with you. Then you help me share
Okay.
it. I can't find I can't find where to share this. So please, you help me with it. It's somewhere on your message, on your text message. Just check, you see it. So just like I said, every one of you here will want to be part of the future. All right. So one of the things I can actually give you is to be part of what is happening here on Biconta. All right. to be part of what is happening here on Biconta, because trust me, guys, you wouldn't want to be wake up in the future and see that you've been left behind. All right, you wouldn't want that to happen to you. Okay, I'm still struggling trying to forward that to you.
Okay,
Okay,
the
check your
links
text
on
messages.
WhatsApp.
Can you see anything on your message?
No,
On
not
your
yet.
text
Maybe on
message.
WhatsApp. Fine.
Okay. So if you ever come, it's on your text message. I can't access the WhatsApp. Okay.
It's not on
This is
this
very
message yet.
important. This is very important. So I will do all it takes to make sure that everyone that will ever come across this video is part of the future. All right. See, this link I'm going to drop here is the most important link that you've come across, all right, for a very
Okay,
long
I've
time.
gotten it.
All right. Okay. So this link I've shared with you is one link you're going to use to sign up on Biconta. All right. Then go to Apple Store and go to Play Store and download Biconta. All right. You all will want to be part of the future. Every one of you will want to be part of the future, because you see, what Biconta is doing is so massive. In fact, what Biconta is doing is too big for just a country as Nigeria. All right. I don't want to call names because you see, this is very sensitive. But the best thing you can do to yourself is to sign up on Biconta, use that link and sign up on Biconta and download the application on Play Store or App Store. It's a gift. It's a gift to you. If only you can do this and connect with the mentors in Biconta, by only that link, you'll be able to create and raise funds, all right, for your startup business. All right. There's a system, an affiliate system that is already connected to that link that will help you raise funds for your business. Right? I don't want to say much about Biconta because this is going to a lot of people, but I would really want you to go and search out information about Biconta. Follow Biconta on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow Biconta everywhere. Make sure. See, you see, this link is the most important application that is going to be on your phone, because the next few years, all right, is going to be mind blowing. If you're not part of Biconta, then I'm sorry for you. Right? It's a gift from my heart. All right. So take it very seriously. Okay. So I've already given you a system that will help you raise fund for 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 your startup. So connect with the mentors in the contact. They know exactly what to teach you. All right. And you have to be part of what we're doing here, because you cannot access the mentors for free. If you're not part of the dream, there's no need to do business with you. All right. This will do you more good than harm. All right. So another thing you will need to do, as I summarize to completely close, if you have an idea, make sure you protect it, patent your idea. All right. There are relevance laws, even though they are not too serious in this country, but just use them for the meantime to be able to protect your intellectual capital. All right. And if you, by any chance, you see someone that is a venture capitalist that you want to be part of your business, all right, the smartest way to actually become like him is to be interested in what he is doing and be part of his dreams. All right. In the process of being part of his dreams, you get to learn all the secrets that made him successful. And don't be lazy with language. Don't be lazy with your paperwork. Make sure your documentation is right. Right? Because if you come in front of a venture capitalist and he's able to put in something into what you are doing, you wouldn't want to see that you don't have some few documentation. Get your company registered. It costs very little. Get it registered, get the right documentation, right? So that paraventure, he finds your idea very appealing and he wants to give you some money, like $1 million or two to start up, at least you will have all the relevant documentation that will make him feel safe doing business with you. All right. So this is my gift to you. And just like Japheth started, there are a lot of people with so much capital. They are just looking for people with credible content. All right, people with ideas. All right, one thing that a lot of people do in this, a lot of youths do in this. So see, you can do everything, but don't do everything. Find something you love and pour your heart into it. All right. There are several noise, several distractions. In fact, Mr. Jaffet, one of the reasons why a lot of ideas die in Nigeria is because of distraction. People are not consistent. Today you are here, tomorrow you're here, next tomorrow you're there. All right. Within a year, you've done like 10 different businesses. How will you succeed? You don't have track record of doing something consistently. One of the things that people look at in you before doing business with you is consistency. How consistent are you? All right. You can't be doing several things and you want me to be part of your business. It's not possible. All right. So you have to be consistent, be focused, have laser beam focus. If you want to do something, stay on it. Stay on it. Follow one course until you are successful. Then from there you can decide to diversify. All right. Thank you so much. And I love you
All
all.
right, so thank you
My name
very
is
much,
Siri Ledari.
Mr. Henry. Thank you very, very, very much for this wonderful information you have shared. We really appreciate you for taking our time to be with us today. Like you have said, over and over again, build yourself, get a mentor, start something, and have at least a track record to show how you are growing. It's really important in this space. And really, Big Hunter is trying its best to see how this content becomes um, more of a regular activity to educate and sensitize Nigerians, and everyone that is coming up on the platform is a mentor automatically that you can actually meet as a viewer. Try to chat them or follow them. For everything they are saying, they have experience, they have grown in those things they're saying. So it's an advantage. That's why it's a fully sponsored session. Uh, Most times, a lot of our speakers here actually you have to pay for this content, but we thank God for our sponsors to be able to have them all um, for the blockchain for all sessions, and everything is fully sponsored and paid by our sponsors. So thank you very much, Mr. Helmi, and to our viewers, kindly follow Mr. Helmi Dari. I think if you want to chat him or just say, okay, sir, I'm coming from Blockchain for All, I think it's one access and I've registered with the link. So I think that's one access to be able to ask him some personal questions. And I'm very sure when you go with this saying, okay, I've registered, he can ask you, okay, what's your link? Let me verify. And also letting him know that you're coming from Blockchain for All. You saw him here. It's going to give an access to show that you have learned from what you have said today. And I believe he's going to answer a lot of your questions. And so also with our other speakers, kindly follow them up, ask them questions, let them know that at least you have watched their videos, because until you show you have followed what they are doing, they might not really give you too much of attention. So thank you very much, sir. We hope to have you on this session some other time again to actually, as you have said, you have limited time today. So we'll try and see how to break it up so that we'll be able to have more time to explain, because what we discussed today is vital for everyone to understand. It cut across you having a business or not having a business, because the main business you should have is developing yourself. And it would be nice to actually expatiate and also dig in deep so that we'll be able to know. Even if I'm a salary earner, doesn't mean that that's where I stop, because when I provide the best service, even in the place of my work, I can easily become the director and even manage the entire organization. So it's all about how you build yourself, because your business will take the shape of the person powering it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Helidari. And thank you, our viewers. Ensure you follow us on our social media handles to see our next event, which will be coming up at a day or 2 days from now. So follow us up. We have a lot of speakers lined up for Blockchain for All. So this is just the first 5 speakers. We have a lot. It's something we keep doing to educate Nigerians about blockchain, about business, about how to grow their mindset. And we believe at the end of the day, we are going to have a refined youth, a refined mindset of people that are living in the country, a refined mindset of business owners, and we'll see how we are going to enjoy. It's different when you enjoy the benefit of hard labor and smart labor and knowledge labor. I'll put it even that way because a lot of people might just be staying at home just using what they know to make more money. And we believe at the end of the day, this session, because there are technical sessions, people have talked about business, people talked about opportunities, and in the end of the day, we are going to see a lot of people that will transcend from the hard labor to smart labor and even eh, utilizing the knowledge labor or knowledge concept to actually make um, good money and live well. So thank you very much. You have a wonderful night rest. Thank you, Mr. Elmi. We just hope that we're going to have some other time to talk more. So have a wonderful night rest. See you another time.
All right. Thank you. Bye.